Okay, here's the second update on my food plot. It's been a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks since the last one, so it's coming in. It's not as nice as I hope it would be, but we had a lot of rain and this kind of drowned everything out. So it's coming back now. So not too bad. If I planted it earlier, it would have been much better, but I didn't. So let's see. This is some of the stuff that that I planted here. I don't know what the names of all this stuff is, but this stuff here, these here are some kind of beans. Then there's peas in here, some clover, all kinds of other stuff. So it's a little slow growing, but hopefully it'll be all right. So, and then I have a lovely surprise too. Somebody on a four-wheeler came down and decided to take a ride through it. So I have to try to figure out who that is. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere and somebody came riding through it. You know, I have all these little flags around it, all the way around the perimeter. So I don't know if you can see, but anyway, it's all flagged off. And they still rode right through it. So you can see the tracks right there, over here. And then they came back a second time through the other side. So that was nice of them. Anyway, so far so good, I guess. I don't know how fast this stuff grows or not, but it's filling in. So last week when I came up to check on it, you can still see a lot of dirt. So, and the deer have been hitting it pretty good. Like on all the, I believe they're soybeans. These things here. And they've been topping them off. And the bag says they'll regenerate if they can keep coming back, and he says no problem. And it's obviously they're right about that, because they've been picking away at them pretty good, and they managed to come back. See, here's some that they ate, the tops. So I just fertilized again today. This soil hasn't been worked with in almost 40 years, so it's nice stuff, but it just doesn't have anything in it anymore. So I put fertilizer on it when I first planted it, and I put another round on today. And hopefully that'll help out a little bit. But for next year, I'm going to probably load this up pretty good with some cow manure. I have access to plenty of that stuff. And maybe I'll put it in after the season's over this year, so it'll sit all winter. And then I'll come back and till it again. I don't think I'm going to let the perennials come back. So I'm just going to till everything over and start from scratch all over again. It'll be much easier this year. Then I'm going to put a few more plots in too. Down in those areas down there, and there's a couple over here on the other side of those trees that I want to put in. A few different things. And try to get some of this brush over here cut down behind my car. It's blocking my view of the stand now, because that stuff grew this year, no problem. So I'll take all that out. So years ago when we first started hunting here, this is all wide open fields. There was nothing here. This all stuff grew up. I don't know what the hell this stuff is. It looks like aspens, but I don't think that's what it is. I have no idea. So, all right, well, that's it for this week's, or every other week, bi-weekly update, or whatever it turns out to be when I have the time to get up here. And so I know the deer are in here hitting it pretty good, which is a good sign. At least it's not, it may not be 3-4 feet tall like it should be, but at least they're coming to it and feeding off it. So I guess it wasn't money wasted. So, because there's no food for them to eat around here at all. Farms are all gone. All the fields are overgrown. It's full of that goldenrod and ferns, and I mean, we got a little bit of clover here, just like on the edges where the sun doesn't get too much. But out in there, it's out here. This all used to be, I think this was all cornfields back in the day. This used to be a dairy farm. So, there's my stand up there. Yeah, so out here for next season, I'll probably start breaking ground on it this year because we don't normally get a good frost until late December, January. And the season's over at the first week of December for rifle season anyway. I don't do the muzzleloader or anything like that. So I'll probably start working on all this, breaking ground, get rid of all these trees, and then get the cow shit on there until the end, let it sit over the winter. Hopefully get some good snow this year too. That's good fertilizer too. And we'll plant a bunch of different things out here to see what works the best. And then way out there, there's another, that's the end of the field. And I have another stand over here in this corner which blew over in the wind, so I got to stand it back up. And I'll put something out there, and maybe on the other side of these trees here, there's a huge field that's still wide open over there. There's some good hay in there still, but it's getting overtaken by all the goldenrod and thistles and I don't know what those vines are called, but the ones that you trip over when you walk through the grass all the time. So try to take those out, plant some stuff over there. I would love to, plow all this under and put some produce in here for some corn, stuff for the deer, stuff for myself. So we'll see what happens. It's a work in progress. Now that I have all the equipment to do work like this, it's not a problem now. So anyway, okay, you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.